All right, I think we're back in business. I had an issue with connection. I think everything is back online there. Sorry about the problems. Typically don't have that much problems, but I typically do my broadcast like Saturday morning, and it might be a question of less people online. I don't know. I hope not. Morning, and it might be. All right. Anyway, let me get back to it now. All right. Stop wasting time and get to it. Okay, so I wanted to write some notes here because on the back of these guys, there's going to be some posters of some of the famous games that are on the that are being played on the interface. So I think the last one will be something he's gonna be playing in this chapter, called Insect, something like that. I mean, might change the name, but it's just a kind of a placeholder to remind me. So mine, maybe crab, and jelly, something like that. So I think this is good enough as a reminder. Of course, I'll be, making this much more detailed in the future, but for now I'm gonna go with that. I'm looking at the composition here. I can move everything a bit to the right, I think. Let me try it. So this and this and this. The lines here are being cut, so I kind of want it into this. I kind of want all the way to be inside it. That's why I'm kind of moving here. Although we didn't lose anything, but there was a big blank in the middle anyway, so might as well just center this a little bit more. So yeah, so that's good. Let me on the bottom panel here on the right page. So I already worked quite a bit on this page. I went further than I usually would because I kind of wanted to show the process of an entire page on this channel. So if you go back, you will be able to see how I drew this page. Sorry, I'm just looking through the windows here. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I just kind of want to look at this chair here, and yeah, it seems like the broadcast is breaking up, and it's annoying. Okay, so something I like to do is kind of put a white layer on top of the whole drawing, and then just kind of draw on top of that. It was really hot today, but the late afternoon was really comfortable. In my backyard, we were very comfortable with because of the wind. Watched a movie on Netflix yesterday called The Colony. I was Bill Paxton there. It's probably, I could check, but I would think it's probably one of the last roles that he did. And it's such a fun guy, such a fun actor. He really got great roles in his career. He's, if you don't know who he is, he had very memorable roles of in most of the great monster sci-fi movie of the 80s. So like he was of course in Aliens as the guy saying "Game over, man, game over," and he was, what else? He was in Weird Science. He was the stupid brother who got turned into a pile of shit. What else he did? I believe he was in because there's this meme online saying he was killed by Aliens, Predator, and Terminator, but I forgot what he did in each of those movies. But yeah, quite a guy. Certainly a big loss because he had this very fun way, of acting. It was always a great. He never got a first role as far as I know, but he was really good in the roles that he did. Even if they were secondary, he always nailed them. So he plays in this movie Colony as a kind of a character called Mason, who's a ex-soldier who because in the story it's like the Ice Age has happened again because of us. He's sick, they need to have very strict enforcement rules, and he's kind of put in charge of that, but he's a coward, so he ends up killing people when he should be giving them more lenience, if you will. So that's kind of his character, the character of a coward, which he often plays. Like in Alien, he was one of the Marines, but in the end, he was kind of a coward. Of course, I mean, honestly, if you were faced with a monster like Alien, I don't think many of us wouldn't be scared. I mean, if you weren't, you'd probably be dumb. And I'm trying to wrap my head around Predator because I saw this movie, at least the first one, like probably 100 times, and he's not one of the main Marines. I don't know, he's not. So he must be in one of the sequel, probably Predator 2. Wait, I'm just gonna check it because it bugs me. Bill Paxton. Yeah, it was killed by Predator in Predator 2. I need to watch that movie again because I don't remember him dying. Oh, he was kind of like a little gangster guy. Oh, so let me share my screen. I just looked him up quickly. Like this character. I don't exactly remember him there. But anyway. And then yeah, he was killed in Terminator as he's kind of a background punk there. But he was great. I mean, in all the role that he played, he sold that. He sold the character very well. So great loss, I think. Oh, the spam bots are here. Yay. A wonderful comment from Christopher Walker, and it's some random crap, so thank you, bot. I think like YouTube has been pretty good on catching those, but you still get them. Pretty annoying. And another one. This is annoying. Should deactivate. How do you even deactivate this? There you go. It was annoying. I don't need notifications. I know that recently there was a kind of a war in OS's, like about notification. Every app was doing that, and eventually I kind of blanked out, and it was kind of pointless because I wasn't paying attention to any of the notification because I was just getting too many of them. So I'm sure I'm not the only one, the only person that this happened to. So I know Apple has been like kind of grouping all notification to a bar like Windows is doing now. Yeah, it's a mess. The color thing here. The question is, how does it look when it's open? You can probably just like drawing on the white layer. I hate when I do that. So I think it's could be something that comes out of the chair. Why not? Yeah, that kind of works for me. So the way I work, and I say this every episode, but in case you're joining for the first time, this is called a, what would I call this step? Because the way I work, I kind of work in onion layers. So I will do after doing my script for each issue, all my issues are scripted first, and all my issues have been scripted, so I am planned up for 5 books for this series, and this is all has been written already. So once this step has been done, basically what I do is try to lay it out on pages, but very quickly. And often during that stage, I will find out some issues with what I did. I will see that, oh, okay, this doesn't work visually and I need to fix it, or this sequence of action it's missing something, and then I will share this with some people, and then ask for some feedback, and that's pretty much it. But what I do is that first draft is really unclear just for me, and then I will as you can see, I have a drawing under this, and now I'm doing another one on top. There was another one beneath, so this is probably my 3rd pass at it. And with every pass, it gives me an occasion to kind of review the story, making sure it still works. With looking back on something, you always find some stuff to improve. So that's my process. You do find some stuff to improve every time. So and also drawing changes. As you draw more and more, you discover new ways of drawing, new tricks, new things you like to do. So by doing it layers by layers like this, it's really if I were to do a one page, like the page on the right here, it's pretty much completely finished, and I am worried that when I finish the book, I'm gonna look back on this page and I'm gonna feel like it's not as good as the rest. So that's always a concern of mine. So that's why it's good to work in layers. And even then, I look at my first book, and I see some stuff I would like to improve, and you can't get out of it. It's all we always do want to improve, but at least working in layers like that, you remove some of this from the equation. So I've actually drawn the entire book plus a big part of the last, just so I can have an idea of how the story finishes, and if I need to insert any clues or make anything more clear now, I can do it. I know how the ending works pretty much, so I think I'm fairly well prepared for what's left. So this book will most likely take at least another year and a half to finish, but looking forward to it. And I think with every book I do, I improve and I get more fluid and more confident, and also I gain more followers, which really helps to sell my thing, to make this a viable thing to do, because as I'm standing now, this is not really a viable career. It wouldn't pay for a house, or it wouldn't pay for anything much. Just the expense of doing this are pretty much everything I get from it. So, but I feel I need to do this. I get a lot of pride from it. I get a sense of fulfillment from that. It's hard to describe. Some people probably think I'm crazy, but you know, this is important to me. So this comes to why am I doing this video? These videos. I'm trying to see if, you know, it can become a you know, an interesting kind of journal of, you know, my walk through the interface, and I'm hoping that, you know, eventually people might come back to it and see, oh yeah, this is when he, you know, he worked on that page, and I'd like to know more about that, you know. What was he thinking?